The Breeders' Cup Sprint. It's race 8 on Saturday's card, the 5th Breeders' Cup race on Saturday, and it's a doozy. It is one of the better Breeders' Cup Sprints we've had in a while, and what better place to play it? You know the place. It's Naira Bets. 10% bonus on all your action through Sunday, November 5th, up to $1,000. Sign up now for Naira Bets. It's the best time to sign up for the best ADW. The Breeders' Cup Sprint. Can Dre Fong repeat? He has had a terrific career, Dre Fong, and he was a facile winner of our Forgo at Saratoga. However, in the Forgo, which really was his only race so far in 2017, his only other effort, he sort of wheeled after the start and threw Mike Smith. Does he have enough experience this year to take on this tough field, the Breeders' Cup Sprint? But more importantly, he was able to walk on the front end when he won our Forgo, similar to when he won the King's Bishop last year. He's going to face much more pressure up front, and he's going to do it with horses that are outside of him. He drew post 2, and the 2 other speed horses, including takabal, the winner of the Vosburg, are placed outside of him. And I think that Dre Fong is going to have a tough time. He's going to have to deal with quality speed horses because both speed horses can win this race besides Dre Fong, and some quality stalker closer types. takabal is very good. And in my opinion, at the end of the day, he may turn out to be the best of these horses. He took it right to the favorite L deal. He held off a very good horse in Stallwalking Dude. He was good in this race, a hard-earned victory. He is an old-fashioned sprinter type. He can use his speed. He can duel other good speed horse into submission. He can hold on going 6. But he's in an unenviable position in this year's Breeders' Cup because he is the middle of the 3 speeds. He's outside of Dre Fong and is inside of Imperialhint. I'm picking against takabal. I respect him, but I think this is going to be a tough race for him. I do, however, like Roy H. Roy H. came out of relative obscurity with a huge win in our True North on Belmont Stakes Festival weekend. He came back and was second behind Ransom the Moon in the Bing Crosby, and then he easily turned the tables on that one when he ran well to win the Santa Anita Sprint Championship. Ransom the Moon finishes 4th in this race, and he did not run well at all. Down on the inside, he had no run. Having said that, Ransom the Moon, I think, is a very interesting horse, as I think is Roy H. And both of these horses have the right stalking style to get it done. Now, Roy H. will be a shorter price, and I'm definitely going to use him. And in fact, I think in some ways he might be one of the most logical winners of this race. But Ransom the Moon is going to be a much better price. And Ransom the Moon's a very interesting horse who spent his entire career in the wrong races, going long on turf and synthetic. But since switched to his current trainer, Phil D'Amato, completely different horse sprinting on the dirt. And if you just look at his races over the summer, you might make him almost the favorite in this race, a 107 figure when he lost by a neck to Dancing Candy. He finished ahead of Roy H. They gave him a 2+ month freshening the Santa Anita Sprint. The question is, has he gone the wrong way or did he need the last race? I'm going to hope that sprint was a prep. He's going to be a price, and I'm going to take a shot that Ransom the Moon gets back to his good form and gets it done at a square price in this Breeders' Cup Sprint. Now, Imperialhint should not be taken lightly. Imperialhint has been exceptional this year. He's 4 for 4, and even though he beat just a 4-horse field in this Donald Levine Memorial at Parks, I mean, he won this race in a common canter, dealt with a very quick horse early in this race, and he buried his competition, getting a 109 speed figure. And while he's a speed and has to deal with more speed in this race, he has the benefit of drawing outside of them so he can stalk. And as you can see, he's stalked in the past. Can Imperialhint bring his act to California against better horses? I'm betting he doesn't, but I'm not going to be surprised when he does. This is a deep and a very tough Breeders' Cup Sprint. And it includes Meinzer Biscuits, who finished 3rd and was placed 2nd in last year's Breeders' Cup Sprint. If Meinzer Biscuits was the good Meinzer Biscuits, the one that won the Golden Shaheen, the one that finished a good 2nd, the Gulfstream Sprint, and the one that was a devastatingly easy win of this Belmont Sprint Championship on Stars and Stripe days, if that Meinzer Biscuits manages to show up in the Breeders' Cup, he's going to be very tough to beat. But I want to see it to believe it. I know his trainer says he didn't like loud music at Saratoga. If that's the reason he ran as badly as he did in the Forgo, I give up. It appears to me that he's gone the wrong way. Can he rebound? I hope he does for his connections, and the good Meinzer Biscuits can win this race. But I don't like his Forgo, and I don't like where his form went. I'm going to try to upset the Breeders' Cup Dirt Sprint with Ransom the Moon. I'm picking the 9 Rance the Moon over the 8 Roy H., the 2 Dre Fong, and the 3 American Pastime I didn't even talk about. His last race, closing into a slow pace after braking slowly when he finished second, the Gallant Bob, is good enough to give him a chance, especially if this race falls apart. And I think there's a chance that the Breeders' Cup Dirt Sprint falls apart this year. I also think there's a good chance that you'll be playing in a Naira bets, and you'll be betting exactas, and you'll be hitting the exacta and getting that 10% winner's bonus we're offering all day on Friday and Saturday on Breeders' Cup races, playing through your mobile device.